All right, everyone, welcome to the studio part of Studio 90, and as our last day, we have head coach Bruce Arena. Bruce, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you coming in, after the World Cup and spending some time with us. We know you've wanted to be on the whole time, but we finally got you on.
Well, my agent is working real hard to get me a time slot here, and I'm happy you could squeeze me in the last day.
Perfect. Well, to start off, let's just go back to talk about the games. The first game against the Czech Republic. First 5 minutes, Jan Koller gets a goal. How does that change the game overall?
Well, it was pretty apparent that I think the Czech Republic studied our team pretty hard, and they realized in our lead-up games to the World Cup that we were a team that didn't do well when our opponents had great numbers behind the ball, and that was going to be their plan. And doing that with a one-goal lead made it even more difficult. So we saw that for basically 85 minutes, we were forced to try to break down 8 and 9 players of the Czech Republic. And to their credit, they frustrated us. They denied us many goal-scoring opportunities and won the game going away.
How do you deal with moving on from that game and not letting it affect the guys, the players, and getting them prepared for a big match like Italy?
Well, it's never easy. We had these same experiences in Korea, for example, when we lost to Poland 3-1 and had to play on a Friday and had to play Mexico on Monday. But the resiliency of our players and the commitment they have for the national team and the pride they have, they turned it around real quick, and I thought they gave a great performance against Italy. And one thing we had in common, all 3 games, we gave up early goals, and it really killed us. And we were a team that realistically wasn't going to score a whole lot of goals in this World Cup, and we had to play well defensively. And to give up goals so early in each game put our backs to the wall. The Italy game, we played very well and broke down on a set piece that we've been so good at for a long period of time. Many players made mistakes on that play that resulted in a goal by Gilardino probably in around the 22nd minute, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And we were fortunate to get the goal back. And I think when we got the goal back, we had some momentum because we were playing so well at the time. And then, in all fairness, a poor error in judgment by Pablo to get a straight red card and send us in at halftime with even numbers. And our thinking was, we get in at halftime, we have an extra player, get our team organized, and go out in the second half and try to win that game. And then the second half begins, and Eddie Pope's shown a second yellow card, and now we're fighting for our lives. And we showed the kind of character that I thought our team had, and we got an important point.
Right, what's going through your mind when you see the second yellow come out and you're going to be down to 9 men? What do you tell the players? What are you thinking?
Well, I can't tell the players anything because they're on the field, but
right.
I thought that the second yellow on Eddie was pretty harsh, and rarely does any team have any preparation to play 10 against 9 for 40 some odd minutes in a World Cup. However, we trained a lot before the World Cup and carry numbers down because we saw the way FIFA was handling their directives to referees and thought it was crazy. And I told our team in carry that we were probably going to end up playing a game with 10 players. In this case, it ended up being 9 on the day, and so we were prepared to play short. But there is a big difference, 10v9 as opposed to 11v10, mm-hmm. And our guys still hung in there and did a great job and got that point.
You still get the point, as you said. What are your feelings after that game to pull out a point out of that?
Well, in all honesty, with the result of the Ghana-Czech game, we were exactly where we wanted to be. Our whole preparation was to get a minimum of 1 point, a maximum of 6 after 2 games. But we knew 1 point would probably allow us to go into game 3 with a chance to advance, and that's the way it worked out. So despite the result of game 1, the oddities of game 2, we were where we wanted to be against Ghana when they rolled the ball out for the opening kickoff.
Well, let's touch on that Ghana game. You're going in, if you get a win and a little help, you're in, and they score first, and then we tied up with Dempsey's goal, and then they get another goal, the penalty kick, which I don't know if you're going to say it, but I'll say it for you, which was probably a bad call. Probably wasn't even a foul by Gooch. Right. But how much does that affect that goal right before half affect the rest of the second half?
The game starts off where we actually start off well against Ghana. Opening kickoff we have, and we put the ball on their end of the field, and we move our team, and we're doing the things we want to do. We knew in watching Ghana against the Czech team that they were going to drop numbers back behind the ball as well, and had a team that would try to counterattack. And knowing as well that a point would get them through, they were going to be conservative on the day. And we saw that. So we see, again, another game where over 90 minutes the Czech team has, I think, one good look at the goal besides the first goal and the penalty kick for the day.
Yeah.
And we give up 2 goals. The Czech game, it was kind of similar. Italy game, we didn't give up many chances. At the end, Casey had to come up big. So oddly enough, over 3 games, we played well defensively. We didn't have enough to create goals. And that was one of our weaknesses, obviously. But the biggest mistake we made each and every game is give up the early goal. You go back to the Ghana game, we give up an early goal, I believe 22 minutes.
Somewhere around there, it was 20
something like that again. Yep. Our best player on the ball gets stripped, a great finish, and we're down 1-0 and we lose our captain. It doesn't bother our team. We come back and we get the goal, a great goal by a great effort by Beasley and a superb finish by Dempsey. So where we want to be, it's 43rd minute, I believe, and it's 1-1. Yep. And then in the 47th minute with the ball cleared down the field, Bocanegra could have done a better job in putting the ball out of bounds, perhaps. However, we did all the right things to be out of danger, and for me, an unusual call for the penalty kick, and we walk in at halftime down a goal, and everything changes again. And we saw this experience in the game against Italy. We gave up a second goal close to half against the Czech Republic. I can't explain it. I can't explain why we give up the first goal like we did. The bad luck in the second goal. So it's 2-1 at halftime, and Ghana can go in and defend for the second half. They use time wasting exercises throughout the half. I think the referee did a very poor job managing the second half. The game starts in the second half with a player going down. It happens on a number of occasions, and they frustrated us. We get a decent goal-scoring opportunity with McBride off the post, but didn't do enough. We broke down, I think, technically, the number of fouls we had and a number of corner kicks and free kicks or crosses out of run of play that could have been a little bit better, but weren't. And we were denied the second goal, which would have put us in position to pressure them in the closing minutes to try to win the game. And it didn't happen. And this is a World Cup where probably in the eyes of most people would say a very big disappointment because we didn't do what we did in 2002. However, probably there's a real fine line between success and failure this time around. And the combination of not playing as well as we were capable of playing, some of the mistakes we made, as well as the fact that some real bad breaks, I think. But it's all part of the game, and we go home after the first round. So that's all she wrote.
Well, you always need a little bit of luck, right? And maybe that wasn't on our side this time, you know?
It definitely wasn't on our side this World Cup, and that's all part of it. And hopefully these experiences are experiences that allow some of our young players to grow. And if that's the case, we'll benefit for it down the road.